Hi, welcome to the live video. Uh, I want to complete this part of the hand in this live video. Mm, so here's my reference. And here are my colored pencils. These are the major colors that we use for the shading. Okay, so now let's get into the process. This is the process I've been So the process is to use different layers of color for the skin tone, and we'll start with the green. So recently I noticed something that I've been doing wrongly on this is by going to dark on all of these undertone colors. These undertone colors, this green, their purpose is just to desaturate our actual skin tones. So we are not meant to go dark on them. But then while shading it, we need to keep the tonal values in mind. So this is the same process I use for the skin. And if you are working with colored pencil, not pastel colors, because there are some pastel pencils. Pastel pencils are easier to blend with, but for colored pencils, you need to gradually reduce the pressure of your pencils to blend it in. So as you are putting every layer of color, you need to always blend that color in gradually. If not, the end result of shading is not going to be smooth. So to have a very smooth and blend colored pencil arts, all you have to do is to reduce the pressure gradually so that it fits into the other color. You don't shade and start looking for a way to blend. No, you blend while you're shading. That's the process. And that's what I'm trying to do here right now. This is my first color layer. So I'm trying to blend as I'm shading it too. This green might not be so obvious because I actually don't want it to be too obvious actually. So after the green, according to the color theory, is shading according to the rainbow colors, something like the rainbow color actually. So starting from green, we move to light blue, then to orange, before we start using any other color that is in that exact skin. So before we start using all of these other colors. And when shading a skin, you need to have it at the back of your mind too that the skin is not actually just one color. So we are done with green. Let's move on to blue. The same process. Try to blend in gradually. Just don't kind of bother yourself if this is not so visible. Don't bother because they are not the actual color that we need. They are undertones to desaturate our color. What do I mean by desaturation? That is not to make the colors bright. In shading realistic skin, the skin tone is not bright. It's not a direct peach, it's not a direct orange, it's not a direct brown. So it has desaturated colors. So then that's what all of these undertone layers of green, blue, purple is going to help us achieve with our colored pencils. There are other processes that people use for colored pencils like shading with having some sort of shade underneath uh, before shading with the colored pencils. So now we are moving into the actual color that we are supposed to use for the skin tone gradually. So we have other factors on that, and like the lines on the ends and all of that, I would I would create that after I've created the under layer. One of the challenge you can have with a colored pencil when shading is the white. I'm not using a white paper. I would have left the white space while shading. So that's why I have this my general pastel chalk pencil. So I use it for my highlights to create those highlights, because the challenge is once I have my colored pencil on this paper, this white pencil will not be very effective. Can you see? It's not effective. So I have to shade it first before I go too dark on my colored pencil. So what I do is just to mark out those places that are bright highlights and use the white pastel there, so that I don't have the challenge of wanting to make those places bright again. We have some on the nails too, so let's just get those ones to down before I get there. So after red, the next color is the orange. So when painting a skin tone, some people make the mistake of using orange direct, even though there is orange in some skin tones, but it's not in direct orange. You need to understand some key points about skin tones. Key things like the skin tone is not saturated, and also that the skin tone is made of different colors. The skin reflects colors in its environment. That's just what it is. Not only the skin, every object in reality, when you are creating realistic painting, I'm not saying when you are trying to create your style of art, but when you are trying to create a realistic object, every object emits things in their surroundings. Yes, that's what makes them unique. So on the skin, you'd have reflections of some things. Some part has a lot of yellow, some has not really direct yellow, but when you look close to it, you know that there's a bit of yellow in this part of the skin. While some skin tone, you see a bit of crimson. That's when you are going into the dark skin tone. You see more of colors like crimson. So after this, I want to use the peach. So gradually we are moving into the skin tone. Gradually. That's how we keep playing the colors. And if you want to do this kind of process, you have to make sure you are using a thick paper. This paper is 250 grams, so it's a very thick paper. It's not like the random A4 paper. So after this, I'm moving on to yellow. Whenever I want to use yellow with my colored pencil, I prefer to use the yellow ochre. Yep, because it's the kind of yellow that has some sort of that is desaturated. Let me use that word. So at this point of using the yellow, what we now have to focus on here is looking at the exact places that has yellow and shade those parts. I think my toner value is wrong somewhere here, but I'll fix it. So at times I correct my shade with eraser. Yeah, since it's a colored pencil, it's work like a pencil too. So you can erase to correct a certain parts. So we're going to have something like an highlight there. And don't forget to keep in mind that to blend, you have to always reduce the pressure of your pencil. Yes, that's the only way to that I know. The only way that I know to achieve a smooth blend with your colored pencil. So you have to just gradually transit from that dark tone into the mid tone or the highlights. And the only way I do that is by gradually reducing the pressure on my pencil so I don't have a lot of shades in some areas. So once I do that, I'll have a fine and smooth surface. So this is my first try using this process, and I think I'd have to recreate this for some reasons because while doing this I learned a lot, and I want to recreate another one that would help like kind of fix all of those things that I've learned in the process, because the purpose of doing this is to create a tutorial on my channel. Yeah, I'm trying to create a tutorial on how color theory can make up a skin texture. So I'm not looking at okay being perfect at my first try, but then I think I need to share most of my mistakes in the journey, in the process, with my subscribers so that they can also learn from it. And I would be doing that by also creating another one. But I never can tell. It depends on my schedule, free schedule. I'll recreate before I drop this video. So for some people that doesn't know what desaturated color is or how to desaturate a color, in case you are painting with oil paints and you are wondering what desaturated color looks like or how to achieve that, simply done mm, by mixing the complementary color of your color with it. You can start by adding very little of it. And what are complementary colors of colors? The complement of red is green because primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. When you mix yellow and blue together, it gives you green. So the third color is the complement of your mixture. So when you add a little bit of green to red, it desaturates the red. It makes the red less vibrant. So that's for red. For yellow, the complement of yellow is purple. So when you mix purple with with your yellow, it desaturates the yellow. It makes it less vibrant. The yellow calms down. So that's the way to desaturate colors. And if you are painting the skin tone, let's say you're using orange, the complement of orange is blue. So that's why all of the undertones that we use is making sense. We started by using green, purple, and blue. Blue is a complement to orange. Orange will serve as major part or more of the part of the skin tone. It's not direct orange, but because we have a layer, the undertone layer of blue, it desaturates it. Undertone layer of purple desaturates yellow. Undertone layer of green desaturates red. So what we have in the end is a kind of desaturated skin tone. So you need to take a paper that is so strong. You need to get a paper that is so strong for this. You can use Canson cartridge paper. Anything that has to do from 1 ounce above is a good paper for your colored pencil. It can take several layers of shading without having to tear off or having some sort of damage. Sorry. So gradually, the skin is coming out. It has several layers and application of the tones. So that we are achieving the skin tone. So now that we have achieved the undertone and some details, I'm trying to sketch out some of the dark parts of the hands and also the lines on the hands. Okay. So some of these dark tones, they are not actually orange, but I'm trying to use orange as a undertone or something there. When it comes to colored pencil, I have a limited of 24 set pencils, so I'm limited to some colors. All I have to do is just mix out those colors. If I had a set of 72 or 36, I might have some direct colors that I will just pick up and use for my skin. So at times when you want to mix a certain color, you you use the lighter shade as an undertone, or vice versa, use the darker shade as an undertone. But if you are using the darker shade as an undertone, you have to be careful not to go too dark with the um, darker shades so that it doesn't become a problem to bring up the lighter shades. You are trying to mix two colors. Like let's assume the color we need is in between these two. So we are trying to mix these two together by applying this first. So I'm trying to create some highlights and also blend the skin properly with my white colored pencil. So let's move to the fingernails. At this point, I want to use the pencil to shade the gray parts and use my colored pencil for the purple parts of the nails. You see how the pencil. I don't have charcoal pencil, so I don't know where I dropped my pencil. So let's use our colored pencil, our black colored pencil to create gray. Yeah, we use our black colored pencil to create gray. Then use the purple for purple. So to create gray with this, I am trying to be careful not to add too many pressure. Gray is a mixture of black and white. So after adding this black gradually, then I can lay white on it to make it gray like. If you have colors on your white pencils, you try to clean them off first. Unfortunately, this is not active. So what do we do? So we have purple at the end of the fingernails here. So let's use our purple. So when you are using a colored pencil, it's not like your general pencil that you can just blend with your hands. So you just have to Blend by shading gradually, reducing your tones or pressure on your pencil to blend in if you want to blend. Yeah, if you are willing to blend your pencils, that's the process for colored pencil. Mind you, there's colored pencil and there's pastel pencil. So pastel pencil is quite easier to work with compared to the colored pencil. But whichever one you are familiar with or good at, I believe you should be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve with it. So I'm trying to create the dark tone details on that finger to make it pop. So I think I'm done with the finger there. Let's shade this remaining part of the body and this hand. Then we'll call it today. That will be the final step. Same process we'll be using. Start with green, having a very light layer. This process is the color theory process. If you have ever seen a photo printer print, it uses this similar process to print, where it lays maybe yellow at first, then cyan, magenta, and black to make up the picture. So it comes in layer of colors. It's similar process we are using for our colored pencils, trying to lay several colors on each other to achieve the exact tone that we are looking for. It's interesting to see how this helps us achieve a realistic skin. So just like the rainbow color, after green we move on to blue. So our focus for all of these first three colors, which are the undertones, are not to actually go dark. Their purpose is to desaturate our colors. So all we just want to have in mind is creating the tonal value right. So once you can create the tonal value right, we are good to go on these first three colors, which is green, blue, and purple. So After purple is red. After red, then we move on to orange, then yellow. But note, once we get into red, we are going to try to focus on just areas that has all of these colors that we are trying to shade. Okay, then orange. We're getting closer. So I use speech too. For some parts that has speech. So all those undertoners help to reduce the vibrance of all of these colors. So our colored pencil in the end is not going to look somehow cartoonish. So it looks mature and realistic. So that's the purpose of all of these green, purple, blue, red as an undertone. I use yellow ochre many times. I want to use yellow because yellow ochre is a desaturated yellow. I think there's a lot of orange in this side. So as you can see, we gradually blend our colors inside each other as we are shading. I don't have to start looking for a blending storm or tissue paper to blend because it will not work on this colored pencil. The only thing that works is the the gradual blending process with the pencil. So that's the only thing that works with colored pencil. So you blend as you shade along. Now let's move on to brown. You have browns here, which kind of blend into the black here. Can you see that it's layering that I used to blend? You blend with layering in colored pencil. So we're almost done, guys. Let's just finish up this part. Thanks for joining the live session. So we're going to stop it here. Thanks for joining. So this is what we have. I'll do this as a normal video so I can post on my channel. And I still have some detail of the hair that I want to create here and some shadows for the neck. So I'll do all of that later. Thanks for joining. Bye.